How's it going? Andrew Jute, VSN Tallahassee. Thanks for joining us for a little Varsity Sports Network rewind. We're going to take you back to fall 2019 into football season. It's a state semifinals, looking for another trophy of the Madison County Cowboys, but they have a familiar, tough opponent standing in their way, the Pahokee Blue Devils, with a host of Division I recruits in their way. Zane Herring, Vasante Allen, Worm, and the rest of the Boot Hill Ballers gave us an instant classic. You're not going to want to miss a second of this game. Enjoy.
And welcome aboard to the Class 1A State Semifinals here in Madison, Florida. We're on Boot Hill. I'm Andrew Jute alongside Joe Ward and James Ward this evening. It should be a beautiful matchup. We have the 6-5 Pahokee Blue Devils and the Madison County Cowboys. This is the third time in the last 4 seasons that these two teams have met here in the postseason. And as you can see the Cowboy on the screen, Joe, these are some familiar foes, and these are some big, powerful teams. The last winner of this matchup, the last 2 times that they've played in the postseason, Joe, has gone on to win the state championship. These two teams combined for the last 3 state championships here in the classification of 1A. So usually, Joe, the road goes through this matchup. If Madison wins, they win the state title. If Pahokee wins, they win the state title. They have a monstrous amount of title appearances, Joe, as well as state titles to their name. We have a combined 11 state titles being represented in the house here, and a total of 19 championship game appearances, Joe. So these are some teams that know how to win in the postseason, and these are some all too familiar foes. So, Joe, this is not going to be a David versus Goliath or any circumstance of a team being shell-shocked in this stage of the game. Both these opponents very familiar with the scenario that we have out here tonight, and we should get an old-fashioned slugfest. But the key, Joe, you got to stop the run against Madison County. If you don't stop the run, they will run all over you.
Both teams have been here. This is nothing new for them. The winner goes on to the finals next week.
Absolutely. So Pahokee won the toss. They decided to defer, Joe, so the Cowboys will receive here to start off the game. The senior class, only 1 loss here at Boot Hill. That was to Columbia, the number 1 ranked team in 6A earlier this season, Joe. So a team used to winning in the home field. Kickoff in the way from Hernandez, fielded by Vasante Allen about the 5-yard line. He's going to bounce outside to the right, hash marks, 30-yard line. He's got a crease, 40. He's at midfield into Pahokee territory. 30, 25, 20. Allen shakes the tackle. He's inside the 10, inside the 5, and he's tumbled down at the 3-yard line. Vasante Allen with ferocity gets the game going for the Cowboys. First down and goal, Joe. And that's how you start a semifinal football game, my man.
90-yard kickoff return. The 90-yard kickoff return. Madison set this thing up beautifully.
And this is worse.
And it's coming back.
Oh, a penalty flag on the field down at the 40-yard line. And I was just about to say, Joe, that is about worst-case scenario for Pahokee, but it's going to come back, and Madison will have to deal with the penalty. As we see the offense coming way on down, but that got the people rocking and rolling early, Joe, with that one.
You love the blocking, especially the wall that was just created for Allen here, but it's all for naught because there is a penalty and it's coming back.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, Joe, you can just see the explosiveness of Vasante Allen, of course, who is going to be taking over the senior quarterback duties. Led the Big Ben in rushing last year. What do you do with the area's best rusher? You put him at quarterback because he can throw a little bit. Explosive season for him so far. And, Joe, it really baffles me how he has no big-time offers. And you talk to Coach Coe, he is his biggest advocate. FAMU, Bethune-Cookman, that's the territory we should see Vasante Allen going, but nobody giving him some love. But if he continues to do big things in these big games, we will see that, I imagine. It's going to be a rush over here from Madison County on first down to start things off. Coming outside of the 24-yard line is where they will begin the drive, and just getting back to the line of scrimmage goes Robert Hires, who we've been told, Joe, is back in full health. Of course, the last month or so of the season. He's been dinged up, missed a couple games, as did Zane Herring. We've been told both of them getting the healthy green light this week and should be good to go throughout this matchup. Hires another rush. He's met at the line of scrimmage and takes defenders for about 5 more yards. Great pickup there by Hires. Outside over here on the near sideline as he gets dumped down to about the 30-yard line by the Pahokee defense, Jay West, and a couple others in for the Blue Devil bring down. So 3rd down and 5. Joe, first little piece of adversity for Madison. You look to the...
And it's going to be procedure offense.
So we'll back him up, and so the 5-yard gain will essentially be taken off of the board, Joe, as they back it up to a 3rd down and 10 to go right here. And I was just about to say, Joe, this is the first little bit of adversity that either of these two teams will face. In these big games, emotions are always going to be high. The boys are going to be rocked and ready to go. But how do you handle those emotions early, avoid the big turnovers, avoid the big play for the team, and try to capitalize on offense? So it's going to be Allen out of the shotgun. He's going to step up. He's going to run, and he's a dangerous man in the open field, cutting back against the grain. Makes 2-3 men miss, and he's dropped down just shy of the 4-yard line. It's going to be enough for a Madison County Cowboy first down here, Joe, and you check the first box off. You keep things rolling, trying to establish some momentum, and once he got outside of the pocket for Sante Allen, we've seen him as a rusher. It's the same as being a running back once the quarterback breaks containment of the pocket.
Give credit to the left side of the Madison County offensive line. Bill got some good blocks here in clear path, and Allen did the rest.
Absolutely. So right about center of the field, just shy of the 40-yard line. 1st down and 10. Madison County, the Cowboys, the number 1 seed and champions of Region 3. It's going to be Allen on a quarterback keeper. He's going to bust outside of the right side of the line over the 40-yard line, and he's dropped after a short gain against this Pahokee defensive squad. A couple men in on the bring down. Delvin Boatman, it's going to be Tamarick Best and Letary Kinsler Jr. A couple of the big boys to watch here. The Syracuse and FIU commit, respectively. We talked about this front 7, Joe. That's where the meat of the talent is for this Pahokee Blue Devil team. Hires going to peel off tackle left, surging outside of the 45-yard line. Dropped about the 46, 47. It's going to be about 3 yards to go as they'll give him the 46. Need to get to the Madison County 49 to move the chains once again. Of course, Madison County 1 for 1 on 3rd down so far this drive. Last time it was a little improvisation by Vasante Allen. He's going to be out of the shotgun once again. A very compact formation. Robert Hires sidecar to his right. We've got a total of 2 wide receivers, both to the right side, and the H-back who's going to get the handoff. Darian Staten is going to weave through traffic. He's into Pahokee territory, which is going to be enough for a first down. And so the Madison Cowboys, as you can hear the PA announcer, will fight through for a first down. And Darian Staten, and he's got my favorite nickname in the Big Bend, Joe. He's known as Worm, W-O-R-M. He slides in there for a nice first down.
Little jet sweep. He came from the slot position, and nice little blocking. They sealed off that right side.
And it's going to be direct snap. Allen going to go to the right side of the formation. Good pickup for him. He'll get about 5 yards with forward progress. Cut the yardage to go in half. And, Joe, if you were with us last week, or if you have ever seen Wakulla play before, very similar role that Darian Staten plays to Jakari Irvin. He's going to be kind of that wide receiver that's going to come on the jet sweep, but he's also going to be your wide receiver, a quick, speedy, efficient guy in the open field that's going to be your most dangerous. Not necessarily your biggest threat as far as physicality.
But he's the most dangerous player on the whole field.
Yeah, explosiveness-wise in the pass game for sure. It's going to be a rush on off the left side this time. Inside the hash marks, towards the center of the field, inside the 30. Good rush there for Madison County. And another Cowboy first down. Robert Hires once again carrying the rock for Madison County. So now converted 3 third downs. has Madison County. As they split one wide receiver out wide left. Allen still operating out of the shotgun. Hires is going to stay into block. He's going to go up top to that lone receiver. It's going to be a hand-on-hand matchup thrown in, and he's able to get the score. Great corral over on the far side. Madison County going to be first on the board. A beautiful catch. Zachariah Jones, the 6'1 sophomore, off a beautiful touchdown reception for Madison County, and it comes from about 25 yards out, Joe. A beautiful strike from Allen to Jones, and who says the running back turned quarterback can't throw, Joe? Cash it in for 6. Madison County first on the board here from Boot Hill in the state semifinal. PAT attempt is blasted up, and plenty of distance hammers it through. The winner of this ball game has gone on to win the state title the previous 2 times. Both of them combined make up the last 3 state championships in Classification 1A. A beautiful kick goes back to the 2-yard line. It's going to be fielded in the field of play by the Blue Devils. Straight up the hash marks, juking inside and outside, dumped about the 37-yard line. But penalty. It will be a penalty flag back at the 30-yard line. So both kickoffs, solid returns, Joe, but both kickoffs also incurred a penalty flag on the conversion. So they will mark this one off. Fraction looks to be on the Pahokee Blue Devils, which is anticipated on the kick return, Joe. More often than not, it is on the kicking team.
It's
probably about, what do you think, about 85-15 split on the kicking team as far as flags, almost always holding or blocking the back or something along those lines. So Pahokee will be backed up to the 20-yard line after the infraction is ruled out. It's going to be a shotgun snap, give to the tailback right down the hash marks. He's breaking free over the 50-yard line. Only one man can catch him, and he won't. It's an 80-yard, one-play touchdown for the Pahokee Blue Devils, and the deficit has been an extra point away from erased. Just a beautiful gash, and the speedster is unable to be caught. The Pahokee Blue Devils put this one at a 1-point advantage for Madison County, and that was about the quickest touchdown you can see on a drive, Joe.
Yeah, and they just split the gap, and the guy just outran it. And the young man, I think it was Polk, 26, just outran everybody.
And there was nobody that was going to catch him over on that far side. The extra point now is up, and the extra point is good. And just like that, we are tied up and even 7-7 in the dog fight here from the 1A state semifinal. Region 3 versus Region 4. Corey Polk, the running back, just ripped off an 80-yard touchdown run after the sustained Madison County drive. And it takes us to a 7-7 score line. We're all tied up here in the first quarter. Not even 5 minutes expired here in quarter number 1. So it's going to be Kevin Hernandez, the freshman kicker, to get things off and rolling for Pahokee after their touchdown drive. So it'll be their second kickoff, and they do a coffin corner kick, and that's going to be an illegal procedure. Out of bounds over on the far side into the Pahokee bench. Of course, the young men coming from Palm Beach County, Joe. Quite the haul up here. It's going to be southeast, if you're familiar, just southeast of Lake Okeechobee. And so it is quite the haul up here in Madison, Florida.
That's some of the hardest. If you have ever been down there, once you get below Orlando, it's some of the hardest driving you'll ever do in your life.
Of course, we could see 2 of the 3 games played back at Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, represented by teams. Could be Madison County here and Florida High potentially, but still a lot of football to be played. A rush up the middle by Robert Hires, dropped in the backfield by big dropped in the backfield by the Pahokee defense. Surging through there, a couple big boys involved on the play. Was that Octavius Bowie?
It was.
The 6'3 senior, absolute beast there. He's got a couple offers on the table. Colorado State, FIU, Troy. No commitment yet that we're aware of. So here on the second down.
Procedure, Madison.
12. It'll put it down to a second down and 17 after the illegal procedure. It's the second false start on Madison County so far tonight?
First one.
First one?
The other 5 was an offside.
Okay, offsides on it. So we'll make sure to keep track of those going forward. But we are under 7 minutes to play here. 6:40 and count as we have our Vizante Allen keeper over on the left side, and he's going to be driven down about the 40-yard line, but a great pickup by Vizante. 12 yards will get it to a manageable 3rd down and 5, Joe, as that would have been quite the task of a 3rd and 17. But that's exactly what Allen brings to the table, able to get that 12 yards back on a quarterback keeper. And there you go. You're set up with a very manageable 3rd down and 5 here.
Absolutely.
Of course, you love to see that kind of senior leadership going on from your big-time quarterback, your dual-threat guy. So Allen's going to go to the shotgun. Of course, is it Hires back there? Sidecar right. They're going to split out. First time we've seen a 4-wide receiver look. Running back going to stay into block. Allen's going to have to break containment. A beautiful stiff arm, but the second effort is there. It's going to be a big-time bring down by Frankie Burgess, the 6'3 senior. Burgess, of course, a USF commit. And just a powerful man. Initially, Allen threw him to the ground on a stiff arm, Joe, but able to corral him from the ground, bring Allen down for a big-time loss. It's going to force a 4th and what is about 16 yards. So all the rush yards that Allen was able to make back was once again added back to the tally, thanks to big Mr. Burgess. And that's what was going to be one thing we wanted to watch, Joe. How does this powerful front 7 against Pahokee match up against the Madison O-line and vice versa? Punt away, a beautiful angled punt to the near sideline. Fielded at the 35, trying to cut back against the grain. That was a beautiful punt, Joe. Nowhere to go for the return man on that one. He was wrapped up effectively. Antonio Kelly Jr. was the man on the rush. And, of course, coming through for Madison County was Jordan Alexander and a couple others involved. But gorgeous punt. Coffin corner to the near side, and that's how Pahokee's going to take over.
Kind of a directional kick to get the coverage down to that side of the field. Nice job by Madison County.
Absolutely. So it only took one play to get Pahokee going, so they're going to actually have to dig in the playbook this time around. Jermaine Roberson, the 6-foot senior, going to come on. Big dual-threat quarterback, 500-yard rushing games. He actually has more rushing yards than passing yards, according to the Max Prep statistics, Joe, though I'm not sure the stats for Pahokee are entirely updated. Roberson with a quick little hitter out to the perimeter on the little wide receiver screen. Very small game as he hits Canarvius Bowles over on the far side. Are we going to give him one on that one, Joe, or just getting back to the line of scrimmage there?
Just looks like just line of scrimmage.
Set him up with a 2nd down and 10 to go as we approach 4.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. We've got a mismatch out here on the outside. Roberson's going to go quarterback keeper, spinning out of 2 tackles, and he's over the 35-yard line, eventually dropped after a nice game by Roberson. He is a quick, elusive guy on the rush. First time we've seen him get out of the pocket and make some moves on the ground, Joe. Good-looking athleticism for Roberson.
Absolutely. You can see why he's got the numbers like he does. He's a dual threat, both run and pass.
Of course, Madison going against that every day in practice, Joe, so we'll see what they've learned throughout the season. Taking those lessons at heart. Roberson just comes to dial it up, and he's got a man open on the 40-yard line. Shakes the tackle, spinning back into the 30, and Pahokee living on the big plays. He's going to try to stretch it to the far side. One man to beat, and he's going to dive for the pylon.
Touchdown.
The first one was 80 yards, Joe. This one's about 62. A monster touchdown there. I believe it was Johnny Jones on the reception. The 5'10 senior makes a house call and another big play for Pahokee, and they are living on these chunk plays right now. 62 yards for Johnny Jones.
Ball bit underthrown, but Jones made a fantastic read on it, came back and got it, and then it was all Johnny Jones after that.
That was just a great play. Extra point once again up and good. Kevin Hernandez, so 14-7, something that Madison County doesn't often see. A deficit here at home, but the Blue Devils on top by kind of 14-7. And an 80-yard rush by Corey Polk is the difference in this ball game. Madison County taking the early 7 out of the advantage, but 14 unanswered right now for Pahokee, who is living, like we've been saying, on the big plays. Kickoff coming here for Hernandez. Going to be fielded right at the goal line over here on the right hash marks, tripped up about the 20-yard line. Falling forward is the Madison County return man, Varsity Allen. He'll stay on the field and get ready to go and run things on offense. First down and 10 for the Cowboys.
No need to panic right now. It's way early in the game. Just stick to the game plan.
Absolutely. Of course, penalties pretty much the only thing holding Madison County back right now. A couple infractions and the sack on the last possession by Burgess. But outside of that, we saw the first drive, a beautiful opening script here for Madison County. It's going to be an offset pistol look. Allen's going to give it to Hires. He's going to surge up the middle, and he's going to be tackled for, looks like a 1-yard loss.
It is.
Joe in the backfield setting up a second down and 11. So great pursuit from Pahokee once again. Burgess involved in the bring down as well over on the right-hand side to Marek Best. Some of their big-time boys, the USF commit as well as the FIU commit, making some noise on the defensive line, trying to bounce outside. A nice little speed burst, spin move back towards the center of the field, almost to the 30-yard line on the game. Beautiful play there. I believe it's Darian Staten. That's my man Worm over here coming here near side. Good little pickup, and he is about as elusive and quick as it gets.
And got a first down.
There you go, able to move the chain. So Madison County able to pick one up, get out of the shadow of their own end zone. So coming in is a change up here, rush off the right-hand side, following his big old blockers to the 40-yard line. It's going to be Varsity Allen on the quarterback keeper and move the chains once again. First down for the Cowboys on the about 10.5, 11-yard rush for Allen.
11. One thing I've noticed, Pahokee is lining up with 3 toward the middle here. It's a 5-man front with 3 toward the middle, and there's a couple of big holes to the left. That's where Madison's going.
And bounce outside to the right-hand side. This time is going to be Varsity Allen, and he's going to keep on churning, keep the legs rolling. He's dropped by Best just short of the 50-yard line. It's going to set up a second down and 1 for Madison County.
Brings up second down for the Cowboys.
He had one of the big dudes on him. He carried him for about 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, he's about as powerful as it gets. Hires is going to be the back behind Allen, kind of offset pistol look. The H-back to the left is going to be Greg Mitchell, the 5'8 fullback. It's going to be Hires breaking free over midfield and just outside the 40-yard line. Another Madison County Cowboy first down and 10 to go for the boys in all maroon tonight. Of course, Madison County still here in the first quarter, going left to right. Have a little stoppage of play here. They took a big old bus ride to get here, but they are playing and looking fresh. Allen going to drop back. It's a fadeaway, high for his intended receiver. And it's going to be a flag on the play. Looks like he was trying to hit Worm in the secondary, and I think a deserved pass interference back there.
That will be pass interference.
Right
trying him on a seam route, going right down the field. He got held up about 10 yards downfield. Here, and then got held up again.
Right around the 25-yard line is where the infraction occurred. And once again, we talked about the explosiveness of Worm. Joe, he's getting into the open field. This time, he in the passing game, and they had to get an infraction to make sure he didn't gash him for a big one there.
Because they had a chance to hit on a big one.
So this will move the play pretty significantly forward. Of course, they were already in Pahokee territory, but ball now all the way up to the 26-yard line on the right hash. Madison County in all maroon with their traditional white helmets. Offset pistol, Allen trailed by Hires. Give to Hires. He's going to go off to the left side inside the red zone, and it looks just short of the first down. It'll bring him to about the 18-yard line. Second and very short, maybe a yard and a half, a soft 2 yards to go.
2 yards. Here
on second down. So we've seen it on the right side, seen it on the left side. Madison County switching in a little H-back here. They're going to go right, and ooh, legs got tangled up underneath of him. An awkward-looking fall there for Allen as he's brought down. It's going to be a small loss on the play, but he bounces up quickly. It just looked like a nasty one, Joe, and his body got bent back over around his knee. He's young man conditioned so well, Joe, able to take a couple hits there. Of course, they got the rest up for Thanksgiving yesterday. So a little bit of an unorthodox, maybe some more rest this week than they would have gotten as if they were in school. So probably a little fresher bodies out here. Hire is going to get a rush. He's going to meet initial contact in the backfield, but he's going to fall off to the right. A couple-yard pickup on the game after initial contact from Cornelius Wells, the 5'11 junior. Surge forward, Legazejo for a gain of 1. So it's going to set up 4th down. Coach Co, are we going to kick it? He said, we're keeping the offense on the field. Always aggressive. Well, I don't want to say always aggressive, but never shying away from the big call. Vasante Allen with a keeper. And it helps when you've got a man like this who's rushing and carrying the ball every single play. Allen inside the 10 to about the 8. It's a 1st down and goal for the Madison County Cowboys as we are just about to hit the conclusion of quarter number 1.
And they're going to start just talk about it.
Don't need to stop it, and why would you on this current drive? They will get things rolling from the other half of the first half. It's the end of the first quarter. Pahokee 14, Madison County to 7.
Something to watch right now is number of plays in the first quarter, 21-4. Wow. Madison County. It's over 5-1. We'll see if that comes back in the fourth quarter.
They say time of possession as it stands by itself, Joe, is one of the more useless stats in football. We'll see how that
But number of plays, I think it's bigger.
Right. This is true. This is true. So we'll see what we get out here tonight. So it's a 1st down and goal to go scenario. Like you said, Joe, from 8 yards out, Madison County is going to be not quite on the right hash mark, but definitely towards the right side of the field. So they got all the big old linemen getting up. It's going to be Allen and Hires in the backfield. Looks like Greg Mitchell, H-back left, give to Hires. He's going to go up the middle. He's going to be piled down inside the 5-yard line. Looks to mark him about the 4. And it'll be a 2nd down and a goal to go for Madison County.
One thing I'm noticing is when they do the running play, if they go right at somebody, they're not getting much yardage. But if they go between the holes in Pahokee's defense, they're getting big yards.
Allen on the keeper is going to go to the left side of the line, surging forward. Madison County says he's in, and so does the ref over here at the near sideline. Vasante Allen's going to cross the plane and brings Madison County back within 1. Allen's first touchdown of the ball game, the first rushing touchdown for Madison County. Odd that they get one through the air first, but they even things up offensively. Joe, 14-13 now, pending a Thomas Miller extra point. We'll be back to even. And we will see. We've seen a lot of special teams interesting developments over the year, Joe, so we have no assumptions here on these extra points, but Miller,
that one's perfect,
blasts it through. Extra point up and good. 14 aside here in the beginning of the second quarter here between Madison County and Pahokee. We're going to jump out for a quick commercial break. 1A, Region 3, Madison County Cowboys hosting the Region 4 Pahokee Blue Devils. A spot in the championship which will take place next Saturday, 8 days from this evening.
14-yard
on the line. Caught at the 14-yard line and dancing in and out and dropped it at the 25-yard line. And the referee over here on the near sideline, Joe, throws a rocket of a flag. He throws it probably about 15, 20 yards in towards the center of the field from the sidelines. Maybe more, Joe, because it's only 52.5 yards wide, right?
Yeah, that thing went for a while.
With some tenacity from the side judge over here. That's going to be on the return for the Pahokee Blue Devils. That'll back them up. That's a 3rd kickoff, Joe. 3rd of the 5 kickoffs have been penalty flags so far. So a point of emphasis. Obviously, player safety on the kickoffs has been a point of emphasis for the FHSAA, for a couple years now, but we seem to see a little more flags nowadays. Nothing wrong with keeping the boys safe.
Nope.
1st down and 10 Have another stoppage of play here.
Timeout,
It's
Pahokee.
going to be a timeout for Pahokee. So we're getting ready to load up. Roberson leading the Pahokee Blue Devils. Number 2. They're going to go with a 3-wide receiver set. Tight end over here left. Sidecar right is going to be the halfback. Rush will go to him, and he's met in the backfield. Excellent jump forward for Madison County. Beautiful play. I believe it was Keyshawn Mitchell, number 27, the 5'10 sophomore, making the drop there. And there was absolutely nowhere to go for Michael Bolden, the 5'6 senior running back. Wonder if it's the son of head coach Demir Bolden.
Could be.
Who, of course, is the brother of Anquan Bolden, alumni of Pahokee. Of course, also played some college and NFL ball himself, did Coach DJ Bolden. A rush over here down the middle, outside of the 10-yard line, dropped around the inside the 15. Is going to bring up a 3rd down, and once again long. Still about 12 yards that they need to go here on 3rd down. And you got to watch out. This is one of the more open passing scenarios that Pahokee has faced. A good Madison County secondary. We'll see how the initial reaction goes for them. Robertson looking over near side, trying to break containment. Here comes the pass rush off of his back foot into double coverage. Intercepted by the Cowboys over here on the near sideline. A beautiful takeaway. I believe it was Zarion Robinson, the 6'3 senior, with the big takeaway. Ball back to Madison County, and look at the emotion on Robinson's face. You gotta love that. Great shot by a cameraman, James Ward, on that one, but a beautiful takeaway. Joe, all started with the pressure from Madison County. DeMarvion Brown, the 6'2 senior, all in the quarterback's face. Roberson, probably an ill-advised throw off the back foot.
Yeah, they brought the house here and threw it late. There was no chance this was going to get picked from the start.
And you got to watch out right now. Of course, you got to love the young man for fighting there. And Roberson's going to go back into the secondary to try to win this one back for his team. You got to watch the wave right now if you are Pahokee. You can't let Madison County ride this one. A little bit of an underthrown ball is going to fall incomplete. Intended for Buddy Lee Adams, the 6-foot senior for Madison County. And Joe, back to the point that we were talking about before the incomplete is Madison County got the touchdown. Now a big-time takeaway. The crowd is fired up. You saw the boys from Madison County fired up. If you're Pahokee, you got to withstand the wave because when you're in the playoffs, the home crowd's pushing you over the top, and you can't let that crest happen. You got to go blow for blow. Pahokee needs a big – this would be huge if they were able to get a stop here. It's going to be a keeper by Allen. Pahokee all over it. Well read back about the 40-yard line. They're going to go around in circles as they eventually track down Vasante Allen on that one. Beautiful rebound by Tamarick Best. And we keep talking about the commits that they have here. 6 of the 7 D1 offered committed players, like we said, in the front 7. Joe, that was going to be the FIU commit. Tamarick Best. Also got some offers from Southern Miss. 3-star defensive end, linebacker, so highly rated stuff. Allen out of the shotgun is going to get pressure, and he's going to be dropped about the 41, 42-yard line. Just collapsing the pocket does Pahokee. Nowhere for Allen to go, and just a great defensive play there for the Blue Devils as he's brought down by Octavius Bowie Jr., who, like we said, has got some offers from Colorado State, FIU, and Troy in the mix. One
thing I'm noticing here, any play that is slow to develop is not going to get very far tonight from Madison County. They're going to have to go quick.
Yeah, and this is a product of that big defensive line. And next time Madison County, I want to dive into that a little bit, Joe. We've talked about it off air. But once we come back around as the right-footed punt's going to bounce about the 12-yard line, it's going to be touched about the 7, picked up before the goal line, so no touchback. Good field by Keyshawn Mitchell. Better to pick it up there at the 7, 6-yard line than have it go to the end zone. Nice downed punt. Nice effort on the blast as well. Seeing a couple big-time punts for Madison County. Special teams looking good for the Cowboys. Of course, special teams for both teams, actually,
are looking pretty good, except for the fact you've had the penalties on the kickoffs.
Yeah, this is true. Kickers on both sides looking clean. No doubt are extra points for both of them. 2 for 2 so far. So Pahokee able to withstand the initial charge. Like we said, Joe, major kick. Roberson going to go empty back here down at the 6-yard line. What do you think of this play call? Five wide.
It's spread formation. It's a spread formation. 3 to one side, 2 on the other. Madison can't load up.
Watch Polk here in the slot over here near side. It's going to be a quick hitter out to the perimeter. Caught at the goal line. Try to go back against the grain. Dropped inside the 10-yard line. So a short gain there. Pick up about 2 or 3. A nice little quick hitter to Canarvis Bowles, the 5'10 junior for Pahokee. But a good little gain there for the Blue Devils to get him out of the back of the end zone.
And Michael Gibson on the tackle.
And I'd be interested to see if they wanted to turn the way they had the formation. Polk looks like he had a chance if he was going to run some kind of deep route across the middle, but they went away from him. They're going to throw back to back to Bowles over the middle of the field, and he's going to be caught in the area of the first down, and they say just enough to move the chains. First and down and 10 for the Blue Devils of Pahokee. And every time I see that mascot, very rare that you see a Blue Devils mascot. I'm always thinking Duke. Their color scheme is spot on for Duke as well. So, Joe, if I ever say that, correct me instantly. Okay. Oh, Roberson, and the keeper is going to go right up the middle. Mitchell has him corralled, but he's going to skate on out to the 25. Very close to a first down there. Short to go. Maybe 1 or 2 required on the play and needed, but a good little scamper for Roberson.
The formation is causing Madison to kind of spread out.
Not allowing any kind of help in the middle. Roberson's going to try to break containment, spins out of it. A good catch, sound tackle in the secondary. It's going to be Johnny Jones on the reception. Good wrap up there by Octavius Davis. Excuse me, Roderick Johnson, my mistake.
First down for the Blue Devils.
That was a 6. I thought it was an 8 there.
It's an 8.
Officials timeout on the field.
Official timeout here. So far, Madison County, Florida High doing just that. All 3 in tight ball games right now. It's going to be a first down and 10 to go here for the Pahokee Blue Devils. Jermaine Roberson, the quarterback, is going to get a quick little hitter out to the perimeter. Seems to be his favorite wideout. Canarvis Bowles. Seeing a lot of him so far in the receiving game. Those quick hitters, they love giving it to Bowles. Also see Johnny Jones, kind of their more over-the-middle, deep threat kind of guy. 11-3, the men to watch here in the receiving game for Pahokee thus far. So first down and 10 as the Blue Devils are able to move the chains here on the right hash mark at the 45-yard line. Roberson joined by Polk. He's going to lower the shoulder and upended a monster tackle over here on the near side. Jordan Alexander, the 5'8 senior, going to drop Polk, and he flips him over his back, Joe. Gain of 1 on the play. Second down and 9.
A tough one.
That's like one that you do in the pool, practicing some wrestling moves, And Alexander just threw him over his back, WWE style. Of course, clean. We want to emphasize that. It was not malicious, just a sound, powerful tackle. Good wrap up with the legs. Nowhere to go for the running back. Roberson from the left hash mark again, out to 46. Polk's going to stay in the block. Roberson's going to throw over the middle. Open man is going to catch it, takes a hit at about the 40-yard line, falls forward to the 39. It's going to be Bowles once again on the reception. Howard on the breakdown for Madison County. So move the chains for the Blue Devils as they keep on trucking as we are past the halfway point of the second frame of action. Approaching up on 5.5 to play here in quarter number 2. Madison County did get the ball back first. Roberson's going to tuck it and run, met at the 35-yard line. Nice little tandem tackle there by Alexander and Keyshawn Mitchell. Brown also involved. Off the scamper for Roberson. Picks up a couple. Set him up with a second down. And what do you say, Joe, about 7 ago?
Yeah.
Coming up on 5 minutes. Going to go back to that 5-wide formation. 3 to the left side of the field, which is the closed side, and 2 to the right side. Roberson spins out of 1 tackle inside the 30. First down and then some. Dropped about the 25-yard line. Good rush by the quarterback. Gain of about 11 and enough to move the chains for Pahokee.
And he liked they're taking their time, moving the ball down the field. The spread formation, it's all about formation. They've got Madison spread out here.
And I think this is important for them to get a sustained drive here, Joe.
Let that defense rest a little bit.
Oh, Robertson's going up top, and it's going to be severely overthrown. Looking for his intended receiver, Maurice Collier Jr., who was breaking free. If he hits that front pylon, that's going to be a highly contested one there, Joe. But he put it where only his man could get it, or it's going to go incomplete.
No one gets it.
So this time it falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 for the Blue Devils. I was wondering, based on the stats, what we would see for Roberson. But some pretty good arm, Joe. We can see he's kind of got that gunslinger mentality. It's going to be a rush out to the perimeter here near side. Polk is going to be dropped about the 20-yard line. 3rd down and a strong 5 to go for the Blue Devils.
Mm-hmm.
Good little tackle there once again by Alexander. He's been all over the place. Running the middle of that defense right now. Alexander and Mitchell both, really.
Somebody make some noise.
Madison County trying to get fired up, get the home crowd going. 3rd down and 5. Roberson shotgun. Sidecar right is Polk. 4 wide receivers, 3 of them to the left. They're going to throw to the left. Ball is caught right around the 10-yard line. 1st down and more. Spinning through a tackle, and then 2 Cowboys standing up. Ball is out.
After he was down.
Called for progress being halted, and so he will be down. 1st down and goal from the 5-yard line. Good little catch and pitch there by Pahokee. Able to move the chains and set him up with very good field position here, and the drive continuing for Pahokee right now.
Madison's going to take a timeout.
Timeout, Madison.
Put TO for the Cowboys. So that'll be their first time out of the half. So 14-14, we're going to jump out for a quick commercial break. Trying to get the advantage here. A little power package, first time we've seen from Pahokee. It's going to be a give to Polk. He's going to go off the left side rush, and he's going to be stopped short, but very close to a conversion. Here it'll be 2nd down from about the, looks like the 1-yard line.
And they're going to go again.
So once again, bringing it in. They got the big package on the left-hand side. 2 H-backs back there. Once again, a rush, and Polk's going to cash this one in for a 2nd touchdown behind the big boys over there on the left-hand side. His blockers paying it off, cash it in for another Pahokee touchdown. They'll take back the lead 20-14 off the 1-yard touchdown by Corey Polk. So just bodies on bodies right there, Joe. Old school football. It's tough when you got those big boys. You got the tight end and the fullback back there, running back, running downhill.
Yeah, and they ran behind the power package.
Yes, sir. Extra point by Hernandez is up and good. So 3 for 3 for the young freshman kicker. 21, Blue Devils.
In the first half.
Cowboys 14. We're going to jump. Pahokee after the 1-yard Polk touchdown rush. Going to blast it off as Hernandez rockets it towards the end zone for a touchback. So Madison County going to take it out from the 20-yard line. Here is they once again have a narrow deficit to the visitors from South Florida. Palm Beach County being represented here. Pahokee, Florida, just southeast of Lake Okeechobee, Joe. As we talked about, quite the journey from the young men in the white and blue uniforms this evening. I'd fashion about a 5-6 hour drive.
I'd say 5. I'd say 5 now.
Got to go around the lake, though. That's probably the biggest burden. If they were just north of the lake, you could probably cut off almost an hour. Regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. They're ready. They're rocking and rolling. Up by 7. Allen, the keeper on the left-hand side, surging forward to about the 25-yard line. Good scamper for about 5 yards, having the yardage to go. And we're getting an update from Orlando. Jones leading just before halftime, 14-3 over the Wakulla War Eagles. So, of course, our only team in 5A remaining here in the Big Bend. It's going to be a play action. Good pull by Allen. He's going to go downhill running, rips off 6 or 7. 1st down and 10 for Madison County. Good rush there by Allen. Great vision just to rip that one out. It's just amazing how good these young men are getting at that read option and how deceptive they can be. We've seen it from a number of teams that run it here in the area. Of course, Madison County, Lincoln, Wakulla. This one's going to be fumbled, picked up by Hires, trying to make something out of nothing here. Looks like he'll get back for a loss of a couple, but it could have been worse. Second down and 12 to go. We have a stoppage coming over here near side. The back judge will come in and talk to a couple of the other, the head umpire coming in to talk to a couple of the other referees. We have an infraction on the Madison County Cowboys.
Sideline interference against the Cowboys.
It's a sideline interference. Probably a bench reaction from the fumble, Joe. Just a rush of emotion. Usually that one, but no warning there.
It's a penalty, and it's a big one. Normally that's supposed to be a warning the first time unless something else happened.
Yeah. Interesting. A little bit of a quick one there against Madison County. Of course, need to get to the 42-yard line. Ball is back at the 15. What's that, 27 yards to go?
Yep.
Here on third down for Madison County. They're going to play it safe. Going to go Hires up the middle. He'll get to about the 20. So knock off 5. Still be 22 to go here on fourth down. And perhaps before halftime.
Yeah, it's actually third down.
Or excuse me, that was second down. So it's now third down and 22. Perhaps a wise play going before halftime there, Joe. Nothing too crazy. You don't anticipate that they go out slinging here, because if you turn it over here, you could get Pahokee cashing this one in before halftime and getting the ball back. This is a very important sequence to be weary of the old turnover here. Another conference of the referees. No resulting problems in that one. We are sub 2 minutes to go here. 1:45 and ticking. Madison County trying to put together a drive before halftime. They need to get 22 yards here on this third down. Looking over to the sideline.
Checking.
Must be the play clock, I think they're trying to figure out. Play clock still on 40. Game clock is going to be stopped at.
Actually, Madison did that on purpose, so they're going to take a timeout.
Okay, so they wanted to see what they had going here. Are the Pahokee Blue Devils 21-14. Stepping up in the pocket, he's going to be sacked as Vasante Allen, the quarterback, back at the 18-yard line. A loss of 2. The man on the breakdown, Letary Kinsler Jr., able to drop the quarterback, the 3-star Syracuse commit with the bring down. It will push Madison County back, and Pahokee will take their final timeout to stop the clock at 1:15. They're going to try to squeeze an offensive possession in here right before halftime. Of course, Pahokee with the potential to go 2 for 1, as they will get the ball back before halftime.
Absolutely.
So Madison County going to need a monster punt from their tailback, Robert Hires. You always like when you see the big boys punting, Joe. That's fun. Something you see at the high school level. I like it.
And he got pretty good leg.
Yeah. It's not just like somebody that's filling in. I mean, he's really been honing the craft. Even over the course of this year, we were here early in the season, and then, of course, middle through the season, kind of seeing him coming along. But, yeah, I'm liking what I've seen from the development of Hires. So clock once again rolling. We're going to get down to about 1 minute to go. Oh, Johnny Jones lets it go. Look at the roll going inside the 30 to about the 25-yard line. A beautiful punt by Robert Hires. Gives it a ride. It's going to be about a 58-yard blast by the running back. And it's going to set Pahokee deep, so unable to flip field position. Joe back at the 25-yard line. Gorgeous punt by Robert Hires there. Plus, with the roll, that took off a lot of time. Joe, that was a 14-second play on the punt right there. So only 61 seconds remaining in this opening half.
But we already know Pahokee can strike and strike fast.
Oh, yeah. Of course, the first 2 touchdown drives only taking 4 plays. Quick hitter out to the perimeter, spinning back against the grain is Bulls. Madison County stands him up in the field of play. That's important because Pahokee has no timeouts, so this clock is going to continue to run off the short loss here. 2nd down and long to go for Pahokee as we go sub 40 seconds now. The Blue Devils seemingly in no rush. 35 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. Over on the left hash mark, Blue Devils in all white going left to right. Jermaine Roberson stepping up in the pocket. He's going to go deep over the far side in front of the Pahokee bench. Ball will skip through at the 38-yard line, so the clock will stop for Pahokee. 23 seconds to go before the break, but it's going to be a 3rd down at about 12, Joe. Short term, they got to get to the 35-yard line in order to move the chains. So we'll see what they have here loaded up, because you also got to be careful. Depending on how this goes down, if you do not convert and if it's an incomplete pass, Madison could maybe get a shot at the football on the other end. And so I think weary of that, they take a knee, and it looks
Madison's
like they want to force the issue. I like the gamesmanship.
I like the call.
Coach Coe gets out there, calls the TO. He said, we're not finished with this first half yet. And so Coach Coe wisely jumps off the sideline, calls a quick timeout, and now Pahokee is going to have to punt the ball away. Though be careful, that's the quarterback back there. Jermaine Roberson is as the punter, so we could see a fake going, but there's going to be a penalty flag. Of course, still 17 seconds to work with. Still want to keep an eye on a potential fake. Madison County looks like they're bringing the house, trying to get the block. Roberson, it's got to be partially blocked. Madison County picks it up at the 15. Still trucking it, going to be dropped with 7 seconds to go. Madison County gets the ball at the 14-yard line. Beautiful field position. And, Joe, how big was that decision now? Pahokee taking the knee on 3rd down. Madison County now with a chance to tie up before halftime.
That was a huge call by Pahokee, and Madison County takes advantage. Madison very good on special teams in regards to blocking punts and field goals and kicks.
We've seen it all season long, doing so again there. Beautiful playoff for Madison County, and how ingenious does Coach Coe look after calling that timeout. Total shark move for Madison County. It's going to be a shotgun look for Vasante Allen. You're probably only going to get one play out of this with 8 seconds to go. Allen throw to the end zone, jump ball, and oh no, penalty flag on the field. So they still get one more play, Joe. Oof.
And they're going to go for a field goal.
One. So Madison County going to try to take the points here, of course, with 2 seconds left. Trying to hit the big wide out on the near side. I believe it was Shedrick Johnson, the intended receiver, the 6-foot senior. So now it's going to be Thomas Miller, 5'6" sophomore, going to try to bang in a 31-yarder from the right hash. Typically, the righties like to put it on the right hash here, Joe. Aim for that upright and let the natural draw curve it in. Way enough power, and it's up and good right down Main Street. Thomas Miller gets himself in the box score, and that will take us to the conclusion of half number 1. A tight one here from Boot Hill, 21-17. The other score of interest is Blountstown and Baker. They are tied at 7 in the second quarter. So the winner of our game will play Blountstown or Baker. But we are back for half number 2. That was the Geico Look Office halftime report brought to you by Jim Smith and the gang. 2508 North Monroe Street, Tallahassee, 850-778-4000. Thomas Miller wants to get us rolling here and ensure that Madison County gets off to a positive start to start half number 2. So the righty from just inside the left hash of the 40-yard line puts toe to leather. Picked up at the 14-yard line, trying to back outside, hit the perimeter. Here's that special teams that you talked about, Joe. Able to break containment over midfield inside the 40 and push it about. It's about the 35-yard line. A monster return for Pahokee. Over on the far side, LaMarcus Washington, the 5'7" junior, able to come up with a big-time return. It is right around, I'd say, about a 50-yard return there.
50? No.
Coming back from the 14, 10, 20, 30, 40, right about 50, 51.
46.
Oh, was
Ball was at caught at the 14-yard line.
right. They got all the way up here to 35, but then, of course, with the penalty, they're going to mark it
No,
back
there was no
a little
penalty. He stepped
bit.
out.
A missed spot. So originally they had him at the 35. When it's all said and done, they're going to push him back to the 40-yard line over at the left hash. Pahokee once again starting well here on their first offensive possession. Of course, their first offensive possession of the first half, it was an 80-yard touchdown rush by Corey Polk. We'll see what they have on the agenda here. Roberson out of the pistol formation. H-back right is Courts. The give is to Polk once again, and he started the second half just the way he started the first half. A big-time gain. Shakes a couple tackles inside the 20, inside the 15, and he's dropped at about the 14-yard line. A monster 26-yard pickup for Polk, and that'll put him over 100 yards for the ball game.
Ran right side and went right through one of the holes that was created by the Pahokee offensive line. Great job. Game 26.
Open it up and punch it through there. Big-time stuff for Pahokee, and a monster gain. Going to set them up with great field position here inside the red zone once again. Going to go with a power package. H-back and tight end to the right. Robertson's going to try to freestyle. He's going to break containment inside the 10, twisted down about the 6-yard line. So good pickup by Roberson of about 8 yards. He's going to set it up with a second down at about 2 or 3 to go.
May have been a bit of a design run that it didn't look like a busted play.
Yeah. It was pretty well disguised, if so.
It was disguised as a busted play, but I don't think it was.
The way Robertson broke containment out of the pocket there. He's going to go pistol formation. Polk is going to be behind Roberson. He's going to give to Polk, and he's going to go right down the middle. Searching for the goal line. No indication yet. They're going to say that he's marked short.
Third down.
Put him at the first for the 1-yard line. Should be a first down and goal, as he was able to move inside the 5-yard line, pick up the first down, was Polk. So first down and goal to go for the Pahokee Blue Devils. Once again, pistol formation. Give is to Polk, same old thing, right side of the line. He's tumbled into the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown for the Blue Devils. And Corey Polk's third rushing touchdown of the ball game. Another one from just 1 yard out. And Pahokee is going to go up a full 10, 27-17. Time at home this year. They've gone down by double digits. Of course, to Columbia, back the top dog of 6A earlier this season. PAT attempt is up and good, 28-17. We're going to jump out for a quick commercial break here on the NFHS Network presentation of the FHSAA postseason. All right, Hernandez ready to get us rocking and rolling for Pahokee, as they are now have their biggest advantage of the game at 11 points, 28-17. There's a big kickoff return and a big rush by the Pahokee offense has set them up in great field position. Just under 10 and a half to go. It was a 1-minute, 32-second touchdown drive, capped off by a Corey Polk touchdown, his third of the game. A nice blast by the kicker, Kevin Hernandez, will go back for a touchback, and Madison County is going to take over at the 20-yard line for their first possession of half number 2. We'll see if Madison County can get going and how they respond to, like we said, Joe, biggest deficit of the ball game so far.
Don't have to necessarily panic or anything, but may have to show a little bit of urgency here because Pahokee's offense is rolling.
So it's going to keep Madison County off and it's honest here. It's going to be hitting the perimeter, 25. It's going to be Worm out for a nice pickup, a first down rush there on the end around from Darion Staten. As we said, nicknamed Worm. Definitely one of my favorites so far this season. Out of the Big Bend here. Of course, his brother, Derek Staten, a Big Bend Player of the Year back in the day for Madison County. And Hires is going to rip off, it looks like a 9-yard rush. So Madison County coming out of the gate. And so, Joe, we talked about it, averaging about 4 and change yards per rush in the first half, and showing that tempo like you told him. And now 10 yards a rush here in half number 2. It's going to be a stoppage of play here early. Some extracurriculars back in the secondary. 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Ball in the left hash. Madison County in the maroon tops, bottoms. White helmets. Pahokee, white helmets, white jerseys, white shirts. Blue numerals with the red piping. Keeper for Allen. He's going to bounce outside to the left. We have a flag on the play.
Holding.
Was able to get up to the 44-yard line, but yep, it's going to be called back on a holding on Madison County. So it's going to be at the spot of the foul. Madison County will be backed up. Of course, we will replay first down for the penalty yardage. Here, 9:44 remaining on the clock. Here in quarter number 3. Pahokee got the ball to start the first half. Good effective touchdown drive. Capped off by Corey Polk, 1-yard touchdown. Put them up 11, which we stand here. Polk now 3 rushing touchdowns, over 100 yards so far in this ball game.
First and 24.
Mark it back to the 28-yard line. Like you said, Joe, first down and 24. Give to Hires off the right-hand side. He'll get out above the 30-yard line. Force forward to about the 33. So he picks up about 5 on the play there. So puts him in striking distance, and you get the 49-yard line
of Pahokee.
So, of course, ball on the 33. 19 yards to go here. Allen out of the shotgun. It's going to be an end around. Looks like they're hitting Worm, and he's getting out in space. A beautiful move, and he's cutting back against the grain. He makes another man miss. Darian Staten. Worm wiggles into the end zone. No flags on the field. It's a monster touchdown for Madison County. Dial it up from about 67 yards out. Darian Staten cashes it on the end around. And Worm is slippery in the open field, Joe. Some dynamic moves over here on the near sideline. He's able to break free, and nobody was able to corral him in. Some raw speed from young Mr. Staten. Madison County cuts it back to a 1-possession ball game, 28-23. Extra point would put this back to a 4-point ball game. Miller off the good hold, and the kick is up and good. So some big plays we've seen on both sides of the ball. Down but not out are the boys from Boot Hill. The Boot Hill Ballers, as they call them. A beautiful, explosive play there from Darian Staten. Get it back to a 4-point game. Miller, total leather, puts it back to be fielded about the 5-yard line. Coming near side, going back against the grain, trying to find a crease. And Pahokee breaking free into the open field. 40 into Madison Cowboy territory, and he's corralled inside the 40-yard line. Excellent track down, but a late flag coming in. It may be a horse collar.
It is going to be a horse collar tackle.
And so this one's going back with an injured player back at the 24-yard line. One of the Madison County boys is down on the field. And then we also have to sort out this penalty flag, which came in about the 35-yard line.
Just a reminder, this is a non-smoking campus. Please do not smoke on campus. Thank you.
Can't see the number over there for the injured player. Also no indication from Pahokee on the infraction of the referees as they warn Madison County to get back as a issue a little sideline warning here. Big time return by Maurice Collier Jr., the sophomore wideout. Big time return. It seems to be the left lower body injury. The young man coming off the field here.
You can call face mask.
Tough to see the number over here. Is it a 20? Yeah, it looks like a 2-0, which will be Jay West, the 5'11" outside linebacker. So we'll keep an eye on young Mr. West. Of course, the injury during the kickoff return. And of course, a monster return it was. And then a face mask on Madison County has Pahokee once again on the fringe of the red zone, Joe, here. First down and 10 to go from Madison's 21-yard line. Crowd not liking the play call here. Or the penalty call here, but Pahokie's going to go with a compact formation. Once again, that power package, which they've been excelling in. Polk is the back out of the pistol, and it's going to be a throw on out to the far side, a diving effort to get back on that one. Great catch over there by the 19-yard line. So it'll be about a 2 or 3 yard gain, but a great effort over on the far side. And Roberson is down on the field, the quarterback, holding his left, looks to be his hamstring area. Wakulla in a little bit of trouble, down 21-6. Could be the end of the road for the War Eagles if they can't fight back at a 14-point deficit. But right here and now, Pahokee, 2nd down and 8 on the Madison 19-yard line. They are driving. They've got their halfback in, Corey Polk, to take a wildcat snap. He'll be down to about the 16-yard line, so pickup of 3 there. It'll give him about 4 to go here on 4th down for the Blue Devils of Pahokee.
It's 3rd down.
4 to go on 3rd down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Need to get to about the 12-yard line from the 15. Polk on the direct snap once again. Madison eats it up in the backfield. Forward progress is going to be a loss, so 1 or 2 on the play, back to about the 18-yard line. So great surge from Madison County, able to send that one from whence it came. And you know the crowd understands what that means, because this is a potential to keep it at a 1-score ball game, even with a successful field goal conversion here. Great stand by the Madison County defense. Be interesting to keep an eye on the health of Roberson, as you had the Wildcat formation. It's going to be Hernandez.
34-yard kick.
34-yard kick. Let's see what the freshman's got. The snap is good. The kick is blocked. And the football is recovered right around the 23-yard line. So we saw a punt blocked earlier. Madison County stuffs the field goal, and it's still a 4-point ball game. Joe, we talked about a point of emphasis. Who's coming up big? Madison County special teams with the early advantage. See what they have dialed up here on offense. Allen and Hires in the backfield. They often are your usual suspects. Back there, take it over, down 4, Madison County. 6:56 to go here in quarter number 3. Allen on a keeper, surging back towards the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets him a gain of 1. Going to set up a 2nd down and 9 for Madison County. Ball on the 24-yard line. Favoring the right side of the field right now. Towards the middle, though, not quite out to the hash marks. Madison County in their maroon tops and bottoms going right to left with the white helmets. Pahokee in all white, head to toe, going from left to right. Oh, here comes that jet sweep again. Worm trying to get in space, and he's stopped about the 25-yard line. Oh, some extracurriculars. And Madison County wants a personal foul, and the referees are not going to entertain them. Ball out to the 26-yard line on forward progress. It's going to be a 3rd down and 7 to go.
Pahokee that time, nice job staying at home. Assignment football on a jet sweep. You got to stay at home here and make them cut back into you instead of you cutting back to them, because if you cut back to them, they're going to bust one.
Good
like
surge.
They did, like on the last one. Good
surge on the right side of that line, too. Frankie Burgess helping blow that one up. 5 down, coming once again. It's going to be a quick hitter out to the perimeter, and it's going to be enough for a 1st down. Madison County looking for a flag once again, but a good-looking reception as Allen able to slip it out on the screen pass, and that's a good little execution, Joe. And I was wondering if that would kind of come into the picture, is when you have a team that's relentless on the defensive line, the best way to negate that is throw it over the top, hit him with a little screen pass. Maybe make them think about going on the pass rush a little bit. Nice little conversion on the quick hitter to Greg Mitchell, the junior fullback, to pick up the 1st down. So Madison County on the move. Allen coming towards the middle of the field. He's going to be upended, but dives forward to about the 35-yard line on the effort. So pick up 2 and 3. Set it up with a 2nd down, and I would say long to go here for Madison County. They're going to flip the formation. They're going to take Buddy Lee Adams and Greg Mitchell put him on the right side of the formation now. Hires will run the weak side to the left. He's up for a first down, stumbles over midfield, keeps on trucking inside the 45, down to about the 43-yard line, where he's dropped in Pahokee territory by Mario Powell, the sophomore strong safety. Oh, and Hires is pointing to his lower leg as he limps off the field, and he's a man that's been plagued by injuries here the second half of the season. Looking none too comfortable limping off the field, and Pahokee also with an injured player. So we have bodies on both sides a little dinged up here, as we have 4:54 here on the the game clock. The injured player over on the far side is Kerry Mullins Jr., the 5'10 senior for Pahokee.
Injury timeout.
So we have a brief injury timeout, according to the PA announcer, but the referee makes it quick as she gets the teams back onto the field to get rocking and rolling. So first down and 10 for Madison County. Clock once again rolling. We are sub 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. New running back is going to be Jacoman Young, and he's going to get the rush. He's ready for action, is the young man. Good little pickup there. It's a 2-yard pickup by the new tailback, Jacoman Young. Second down and 8 for Madison County as we dip under 4.5 to go now in quarter number 3. Ball's going to be at the left hash mark, 41-yard line. Jacoman Young still in the ball game. He's going to be behind Allen, kind of an offset pistol. Greg Mitchell, the junior, is going to be the H-back left. He's going to pull over to the right, and Young's going to follow him in the crease. Great run design, great execution by Young. He dives forward to the 34-yard line. He's going to be just short of the first down to go. It's going to be 1.5, 2. And Robert Hires coming back onto the field. He seemed to have tightened things up, but he's ready to go once again for the Cowboys. Good sign for Madison County to have Hires back in here.
Absolute third and long one.
And it's going to be towards the left side of the formation. Allen's going to follow the fullback. He's still going inside the 30, almost to the 25. Forward progress. Stood up at the 26-yard line. First down for the Madison County Cowboys.
Great drive so far. Great drive so far by the Cowboys.
Getting a little bit of everybody involved. Worms got in a rush. We've seen Hires with a rush. We've seen Young with a couple rushes. Allen with a couple rushes. Really spreading it around. Great blocking by Greg Mitchell, the H-back right now. Give to Hires. He's going left side. Breaks a tackle inside the 10.
Touchdown.
Nobody can catch him. Robert Hires into the end zone for the Cowboys. And for the first time, I believe, all ball game, Madison County has the lead for the first time since it was the start of the ball game. Yeah, this is their first lead of the game. It is 32-28 right now after the Robert Hires rushing touchdown for Madison County. Good things happen when he's in the ball game, Joe.
Absolutely. He's now over 100 yards.
So tack another man into that category as with 3:19 remaining in the ball game. Madison County recaptures the lead. And how big was that blocked field goal
and this
now?
is no good.
PAT is failed, so with 3:19, Madison County with an odd 2-point advantage. We're going to jump out here for a quick commercial break. Robert Hires coming back from an injury, toughing it out, 26 yards to pay dirt, gets Madison County back on top. Thomas Miller going to get us rolling back again from the 40-yard line. Total leather. It's a tumbling kickoff inside the 10. It's going to bounce out of bounds. It's going to be an illegal procedure on Madison County.
Very quickly before Pahokee takes the ball, Madison County, remember I said was under 5 yards per carry at halftime? They're now 40 carries for 288. They're over 7 yards per carry.
There you go. Got the machine rolling, baby. Of course, 26-yarders. If you keep ripping those off, it'll get the average up.
And
big
the
time.
67 helps, too.
No doubt about it. Thanks to Worm. Of course, we're going to get a scoring update for Bluntstown. The Tigers, 14 unanswered. Baker trailing Bluntstown 14-7. If current scores stand on 1A, it'll be Madison County and Bluntstown in the 1A championship on Saturday at Gene Cox Stadium. We have a long way to go. And I wouldn't say a short time to get there, Joe. I'm in a rush. Pressure. Roberson back in the ballgame off of his injury, and he's met defensively. A big-time drop there for Madison County. Great surge by the defensive line there. Terrio Hampton, the 5'10 junior, on the drop. Also involved in the action, Todd Brown, the 5'10 senior. It's going to be about a 3-yard loss on the bring down. And here, the Madison County, here comes the wave again, Joe. We talked about it earlier in this ballgame. Roberson back from his injury. Just want to set the record straight. They're going to spread him out, go 5 wide. Oh, an early jump from Madison County. And did they get the Pahokee men to move? They did. It's going to be offsides on Madison County.
Offsides against the Cowboys.
Went to the hard count.
So you got to like that. That's a senior quarterback play right there. Joe, you got the loss on the play. Try to get a cheap one back. Go with the hard count. Get yourself an easy 5 yards. Takes a 2nd and 13 to a 2nd and 8. Formational switch coming on here.
Two on both sides.
2 apiece. As we have Bowles, who's been one of the favored receiver gives to the tailback. He's going to go off tackle to the right. Met about the 40-yard line. Tumbled forward to about the 41.
That's Pope.
In Pahokee territory. Anthony Home on the carry. DeMarvion Brown and Todd Brown on the bring down for Madison County. It's going to set up 3rd and 5 to go for the Pahokee Blue Devils. This is a crucial one. Not to get too dramatic, but the Madison County starting to feel it right now. Right hash mark, ball on the 40-yard line. Need to get to the 45. Roberson, pressure coming. He shakes a tackle. Spins outside of it. Secondary pursuit coming. Throwing out to the perimeter. It's caught in Madison County territory. It's Johnny Jones over on the far side. 1st down and 10 to about the 48-yard line. A huge conversion for the Blue Devils there.
Absolutely. Great job by the receiver, Johnny Jones. Came back to the ball to get it. He played it before the defender did.
And I don't know how Roberson got out of that tackle. I think it was Hampton that had him corralled in the backfield. And then the secondary pursuit coming from DeMarvion Brown as well. Roberson able to get it off and willing the team right now as we go sub 90 seconds to go in this quarter. It's going to be a stood-up rush about the 45-yard line. A 3-yard gain coming. That one a rush by Anthony Home, the 5'8 junior tailback for Pahokee. Gets about a 3.5, 4-yard gain on that one. We're coming up on a minute to play here in quarter number 3. A highly contested one. Madison County with their first lead of the ball game after the latest touchdown, a 26-yard rush by Robert Hires. Oh, I love this formation, Joe. The old Thomas the Train on both sides, 2 by 2, each behind each other. Give is to Polk on the read option. They stretch it out, but he's able to hit the corner off a stiff arm. Surging forward, it looks like a 1st down and more. He'll put him right around the 35-yard line of Pahokee, and another big-time rush by Corey Polk, a man who already has 3 touchdowns on the evening.
Gain of 9. Now it's 12 carries for, gain of 5. He's got 12 carries for 127 now.
One of 2 running backs over 100, right? Him and Hires, the 2 of this ballgame?
Well, also Worm has over 100.
Oh, yeah. One of 3 players to rush for over 100 yards. Shotgun look for Roberson. Polk is going to go out, and here comes the sack attack for Madison County. Back at the 44-yard line. Good pressure by Hampton, and a good sack over on the far side. Cannot see the number.
Led by Terron Hampton.
And it looks like Terron Hampton with drop. Jordan Alexander, number 10 on the sack. Number 10, Jordan Alexander on the drop. 15 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. It's going to be a 2nd down and quite a ways to go. They need to get to the 28-yard line. Ball is on the 44. So that's about 2nd and 16.
End of the quarter.
17. And they let it run out as we have reached the conclusion here of quarter number 3. Champions of Region 3, Madison County, hosting the champs of Region 4, Pahokee from South Florida. Making quite the drive just southeast of Lake Okeechobee down in Palm Beach County. Roberson and the Blue Devils trying to get things rolling.
And it's going to be procedure Pahokee.
And that's going to be a huge penalty. It's going to turn into a 2nd and 19. This is what we talked about, Joe. resisting the wave against Madison County. They've got a couple big plays, gotten back into this ball game. Right now, they've tacked up 13 unanswered points. The crowd's starting to get going. The defense is playing well. They're finally starting to get home on Roberson for the first time since quarter number 1. Is the pass rush. They've been stuffing the run here in the second half. Roberson trying to step up. He needs a big one over the middle. Incomplete pass. It's going to be 3rd down and long now for the Blue Devils of Pahokee.
Kind of threw the ball low. May have been tipped at the line.
Madison County wants the crowd to get involved, and they will entertain that request. Start to get loud, and they got the Purge soundtrack going. The air raid sirens coming through here for Madison County, and you can hear the Cowboys ball at the left hash of the 49-yard line. Need to get all the way to about the 28. 3rd and 21. Pressure on Roberson. Hampton in the backfield. He's going to throw it up for his intended receiver.
He caught it.
The pass is going to be incomplete. It bounced on the ground. He tried to play it off like he caught it, but it will fall incomplete. Great pass rush by Hampton and the boys from Madison County. Terrio Hampton leading the charge in there as well as DeMarvion Brown, and able to stand tall, force a 4th down here. Big time play for Madison County. Defense stepping up here in half number 2. This pass rush has really turned it up. They must have gotten quite the rousing halftime speech from this coaching staff.
I think they did.
They are rolling here in half number 2.
Roberson's also limped off also, so the injury may have come back on him.
Again, it looks like he's kind of holding that left leg every now and then, as we have a late arrival from the punting unit, Pahokee. Johnny Jones will be subbed off the field, and Hernandez will come to take the punt for Pahokee. Back at his own 39-yard line, steps into it at the 42. Nice high floating punt, fielded about the 14-yard line. Looking to make some action work here. Cutting back against the grain is Worm, and he's going to slide through to about the 28-yard line, where Madison County will take over. 1st down and 10. So if current results would host, Bluntstown and Madison County would play on Saturday, Gene Cox Stadium, for the state championship in Class 1A. 2 wide receiver look, both left. Allen give to Hires. He is looking healthy and trucking overside the 40, over the 50, 45, into Pahokee territory, out of bounds at about the 42, 41-yard line. And there comes that running game. Robert Hires grinding it out. One of 2 Madison County Cowboys up over 100 yards. And they want to go, showing tempo here. They're trying to get this thing rolling.
32 on the carry. He's now up to 140.
Wow. So shotgun set, sidecar right is Hires. He's going to be lead blocker as Allen will follow him, trying to slide through some tackles, but a good open field drop by Kerry Mullins Jr., the 5'10 senior, able to corral him. Still a pickup of a strong 4 for Allen. It's going to be a 2nd down and 6 for Madison County on a very quick, productive drive here to begin quarter number 4. Pistol look now. Allen Hires on the rush. Left side, cutting back towards the middle. 1st down and then some. Give them about 9. It'll be enough to move the chains for the Cowboys of Madison County.
Timeout, Pahokee.
We'll try to get you a scoring update after this play. Allen on the keeper is going to go towards the right. Surging inside the 25-yard line as a couple bodies tumble around late. It's about a 3-yard rush there on 1st down. As we have a stoppage of play this time by the referees. Looks like an injury timeout. Pahokee player down on the field over on the far side. So while we have the chance, we will get you, as promised, that Northwestern Jesuit scoring update. Jesuit coming back, adding a couple touchdowns, but still a 16-point advantage in the 4th quarter for Miami Northwestern, 37-21. So it's looking like Northwestern is going to go through to the state championship up in Daytona in Class 5A. The question is, will it be our Wakulla War Eagles here out of the Big Bend, or will it be the Jones Tigers out of the Orlando area? Of course, we just gave you the other scoring updates, but in case you were not around to hear the action, it is Florida High in total control over Lakeland Christian right now, 42-10 down there in fourth quarter. Of course, they're going to play either Shamadan Madonna or Clearwater Central Catholic. Madonna up 28-7 right now. As we have a player limped off the field, and that's going to be a big loss for Pahokee. It's going to be Tamarick Best.
He's had a super ball game here. Let's hope it's not a serious injury here. He is able to put a little bit of weight on that leg.
Yeah, it's a heavy limp over to the sideline. Of course, the FIU commit coming to this ball game with 3 fumble recoveries, a forced fumble, 42 tackles, a 3-star commit with offers from Southern Miss, but he's headed down to the Panthers of FIU, of course, famously now beating Miami this season. Their claim to fame. He's looking to go down there, see if they can do it again next year. Worm back on the rush. Nice little pickup as he slides through there. I'm starting to get why they call him Worm here, Joe.
Yeah, he look smaller type player. He kind of gets lost in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. You just get those big bodies, not afraid to get dirty, slide in there, flatten out the body, go sideways a little bit. He's a good mix-up, too. Obviously giving Hires a break right now. Though it looks like Hires is coming back into the formation, and they split Worm out. Worm is slot to the left. Referees seem to have some communication. They're going to bring in the chains. See if they can't figure some things out here as we try to get rolling. It was very close. I was wondering if they were going to give it a go, as we can see the measurement there. Of course, a head referee standing over it. Also watchful eye.
First down.
And that's a Cowboy first down.
Zane Herring's watchful eyes on that one. Of course, number 51, the FSU commit. He's been having a great game there at right guard. Open up some good holes. Of course, the right-hand man of Coach's son, Zach Coe, who's the center. The first games that they have not played together was with Zane Herring's injury. They had played throughout their high school careers right next to each other on the offensive line. Coach Coe has told us since they were 8th graders. Allen give to Hires off the left-hand side. Flag on the play.
Holding.
He's going to get in the area of the first down, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be coming back, Joe.
Got a big hole between left tackle and guard, but the hole occurred a little bit back toward the middle of the field.
Madison County.
We'll see if this is a spot foul.
Yeah, that was a monster kick-out block, though. Latavius Cuthbertson just opened up a gaping hole over in the left-hand side there for Madison County. So it's going to back this one up. First down marker still going to be the 6-yard line. So Madison County is going to bounce outside of the red zone back to the 22.
And it was a spot foul.
So it's going to be about 16 yards to go on first down. And it's going to be a keeper by Allen. Great pressure there for Pahokee. Able to eat that one up in the backfield. Pressure put on there by Kinsler Jr. A couple other Blue Devils chiming in late to the action.
You've seen Pahokee kind of starting to sell out just a little bit on that side, that right side. No, that left side, excuse me.
Octavius Bowie Jr. also in on the mix. One of those big commits.
Loss of 2.
Or one of those big recruits, I should say. It's going to be 2nd and 18 now for Madison. Oh, Allen's going to throw this one. He's going to go on top looking for Worm. Dives at the corner of the end zone, but it's going to fall incomplete.
That's incomplete.
Bring up a 3rd down and 18 to go. Of course, still need to get to that 6-yard line, but backed way back about the 22-yard line.
Not a bad play call. Just see if you can hit a big one.
There's a little too much mustard
He's
on
doing
it.
just a wee too far.
Good looking throw, though. I mean, that's where we wanted.
It was the right idea.
Yeah, it was either Staten or incomplete. We talked about it for Roberson on the other side. You know, one of the big things is not turning the ball over at this stage of the playoffs. Not too many turnovers to talk about. Allen going to load up again. He's coming the other side, and there's some hands involved on that one, and the referees say incomplete pass. Ball intended for Zachariah Jones. who's already got a touchdown here this evening. He was the opening touchdown of the ball game, as that one falls incomplete. And this would be a tough field goal for your kicker here. It'd be about a 39-yarder. So Madison County is going to elect to go for it here. Coach Go says, I got confidence in the offense. We'll let them do their thing. See what happens. Under 9 minutes to play here. 8:45 showing on the clock here at Boot Hill. Oh, some movement on this side of the line. It's going to be offsides.
Pahokee.
They're going to call this one on Kinsler Jr. The Syracuse commit getting a little antsy. How about the hard count there? So that's big. So do you bring on the field goal unit now?
No.
36-yarder, you stayed on?
I stay with it.
Fair enough. Coach Joe says keep the offense on the field. So it's going to move it to the 17-yard line. It's going to be about 11 to go. 11-12. Allen stepping up, trying to find some action. Pursuit from behind. He's just going to tuck it and run. Dropped about the 16-yard line. So it'll be a turnover on downs here as we stop at about 8:36 to go of this ball game. It's a change of possession, so some big-time stuff. Huge stop there for Pahokee. Had to have it. Of course, they're trying to get back to yet another state championship. It would be their 11th state championship appearance.
All right, Cowboys taking the field. Here we go now.
Their last one back in 2016 when they won the 1A state championship. They were the last team before Madison County to win the championship here in Class 1A. 7 state titles already to their school's name. Anquan Bolden, Janoris Jenkins, some of the alumni of a storied Pahokee program. There's a good rush here by Corey Polk over top of the 20-yard line. Gets him to about the 22. Second down for the Blue Devils of Pahokee. Number of NFL players on the alumni list here, Joe, as you look down to it.
Impressive list. Looked at it before the start of the game. Very impressive list.
Laquina Williams of the Los Angeles Sparks. Of course, the WNBA also in the mix. So not just football, not just boys either. Of course, Vincent Smith, star at Michigan for the Wolverines. Also, Country Music Hall of Fame inductee Mel Tillis. Andre Walters, former NFL player as well. The list goes on and on here for Pahokee. Story programs. We have an ambulance coming on to the track right now. It's parked over in the back right corner of the end zone. It's just out of the frame of your picture. But it pulled up and all the players just kind of stopped, Joe. It was an odd scenario here. Nobody getting into it that we can see. Roberson's going to hand off to Polk.
Host the Cowboys brings up third down.
Met right around the line of scrimmage. Short, if any, gain on that one.
1 yard. It may be for the last Pahokee injury.
Oh, okay. For Best coming off of there, potentially so. We'll try to keep you updated as we lock in on that one. Madison tries to get the crowd going again. Big third down here for both teams. Pahokee says spread it out. We're going 5 wide.
If they throw it, watch the middle guy. Watch the middle receiver in the trips to this side.
He's right there. Bowles, he's open. He's right there once again. Roberson trying to break containment, stretching forward inside, or excuse me, outside the 25-yard line. It's going to be short, though. It's going to bring up 4th down.
From where the side judge is, I don't know.
The back end of the ball is going to be on the 25-yard line. I think he's going to be about a foot short. And I think it's kind of a generous spot. We heard somebody yell from the press box, the player's knee touched. I think it was a late stretch of the ball by Roberson. Nonetheless, it's where the referees have it. Currently, it's sitting at the 25-yard line. Tough to see where the first down marker is on the other side. I think it was just outside. It was about 26 1/3, would you say? So it should be about a yard short, as we have a great zoom in by our cameraman James. It's going to be very short, about 4th and 1 to go here. Good shot, my man James. Excellent stuff. Just over 7 minutes to go. 7:09 here in quarter number 4. Madison County still nursing that 2-point advantage thanks to that Robert Hires touchdown. Of course, a locked field goal, essentially the difference. Had that field goal gone through, Pahokee would be up by 1 right now. So 4th down and 1 to go for the Pahokee Blue Devils. And at this junction of the game, in this scenario, you agree with the go-for-it call here?
Why not?
Coach Joe says dial it up, little pistol formation. Rough sledding in the second half in short yardage for Pahokee. They were excellent at it.
And they got
flag.
a hard count.
Oh, they got him again. Offsides on Madison County. Wow.
Went hard count.
Is that the second or third time?
Second.
Roberson, heads up stuff. Man, because you know they're just itching to get after that one. So Pahokee picks it up, so it turns out to be a good call. It's going to move the ball to the 30-yard line now. And it looks like the coach and staff from Madison County is none too happy about that one. They're going to take a quick break here for the stoppage with 7:01 on the clock. And so while we have the opportunity, we want to try to give you an update and go around the bend, see if some scoring updates in the area. We have a final in 3A. Chaminade Madonna will persevere over Clearwater Central Catholic. So Chaminade Madonna will be playing for the state championship. Will our Florida High Seminoles make it to there, or will it be Lakeland Christian with a heroic comeback? Currently, that ball game is 42-10, and your Florida High Seminoles are going back to Tallahassee.
Congratulations to Coach Hickman. They're going to have a big crowd there for that game next week.
42-10. Your 3A state championship will be Chaminade Madonna and Florida High. Give is to Polk, and he's going to be stood up at the 30-yard line. We talked about it. The short yardage and the rushing game has been going nowhere here in half number 2. Madison County standing up. Jordan Alexander in the defensive line. Beautiful stand there. DeMarvion Brown also involved for Madison County. No gain on the play. Try to get you some other updates. Oh, and it's all final down in Orlando. Wakulla falls 21-20. Just short of the state championship game. Sub 7 minutes, a quick hitter. Roberson, Johnny Jones out in the open field. It scatters out of bounds to about the 45-yard line after the quick hookup. And he gets out of bounds. So some quick moving action for the Blue Devils. They're able to get out of bounds, save some clock, and keep this thing rolling.
A little quick out. Excuse me. A little quick out to Jones. And good presence of mind to get out of bounds. To save some time.
So ball at the right hash, 45-yard line, first down and 10. 6:07 on the clock here in quarter number 4. Polk's going to get going north-south, and he gets rolling, and then he goes right on back. Stood up Keyshawn Mitchell and the entire linebacker crew surging up there for Madison County. As, of course, emerging from the pile, DeMarvion Brown getting up a little gimpy, number 7. He's kind of jumping up and down, trying to loosen up. Looks like a lower body injury. He's going to stay on the field. Looks like he's kind of doing like a river dance over here on the near side, Joe, on this right side of the line. We're going to go underneath 5.5 minutes to play here in the state semifinal. Spot in Tallahassee on the line for the state title. Give is to Polk, and he's going to be eaten alive at the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Jordan Alexander again, Joe. An electric second half for the senior middle linebacker.
Madison is doing a fantastic job in the middle. Pahokee is having a very hard time getting anything in that area. If they're going to get some yards, they're going to have to go outside.
And this was pretty successful stuff for Pahokee in the first half.
It was successful earlier, but Madison has adjusted.
They got a halftime speech, and they corrected whatever the issue was here in half number 2. This Madison County defensive line has been lights out in half number 2. Sub 5 minutes to go. It's going to be a rush. Roberson trying to break containment. Allen got a hand on him. A couple of his buddies are going to corral him about the 48-yard line where he stood up for forward progress. And he's in on it again. Jordan Alexander. Kellyon Oliver as well will get into the mix. So it's going to bring up 4th down. And it looks like 7 over there on the far side. Clock continues to run, though. We're down at 4:15 to go. And this is where things get a little more crucial. Watch him, center of the field. That's our man, number 11. Canarvius Bowles, Joe. Right side.
They got one coming this way.
Motion him out. He's now going to go outside. Roberson goes empty back. He's looking left, and it's going to be
procedure. I think
Pahokee. 2 players moving at the same time, it looked like. As this one goes back, it's going to be a legal procedure on the Pahokee Blue.
The Pahokee
Devils.
Receiver that was in motion turned before the ball was snapped.
So you got to go in upfield. So it's going to be a penalty on Pahokee. That's going to be crucial here, Joe. Back him up 5 yards now. So it takes what was a 4th and 7, turns into about 4th and 12. Just under 4 minutes to play in the quarter as well. But it's going to be tough sledding if they can't pick up this 1st down. The way Madison's been running the ball here in the half, number 2.
Okay, they're going to go trips to one side. Watch the middle receiver.
Bowles is that guy
in the
right
slot.
now.
Bowles is in the slot.
He's on the left-hand side, 5 linemen, 5 wide. Roberson, empty back set. Oh, pressure coming on the end for Madison. Roberson stepping up in the pocket, and there he goes. He hits his man in the center of the field, just about the 42-yard line. It's going to be enough for the 1st down, and Pahokee's able to move the chains. Nice strike there by Roberson, putting it right on the money. His receiver gets down, just make sure he's able to secure the ball, corrals it into the chest there. Stays out of the area of contact. So 1st down and 10. Clock momentarily stopped. We're back under 3.5 to go. 1st down and 10 now for Pahokee in Madison County territory. 42-yard line, ball just inside the left hash. Pahokee going right to left. It's a screen play about the 40-yard line. Blown up here in the near side. Good open field tackle over here. It's going to be Shalon Howard for Madison County. Of course, Howard, a Georgia Southern commit. Got some good offers. Air Force, taking a look at him. Georgia State, Marshall, 3-star guy. He's been kind of isolation out there, a lot of one-on-ones. Haven't heard Howard's name a lot, and if you're a DB, that's usually a good sign. Roberson on the keeper, trying to break the perimeter, spins out of one tackle, diving towards the area of the 1st down. It's going to be very close on 2nd down to see if he picked it up. It's going to either be 3rd and very short, or it's going to be a 1st down. It looks like the referees want a measurement here.
3rd down.
So they're going to bring it in. We'll try to get you a scoring update. 3rd quarter, Bluntstown and Baker. Tigers leading the Gators 14-7. So if current results hold, it'll be Bluntstown and Madison in the state final. Of course, we know the 3A final. It's going to be Florida High versus Chaminade Madonna in Tallahassee. That game will take place on Friday. We got official notice that Jones has persevered over Wakulla, and so of our higher classifications, we have been eliminated. We are down to just 3A and potentially 1A here in the Big Bend for state final berths.
But give it to Coach Cleese and the folks at Wakulla. Fantastic year.
Yeah, awesome year.
I know it hurts right now, but that great season, they'll look back at it and say and feel good about their year.
No doubt. Yeah, they're going to get a lot of superlatives as well. Cleese could get some Coach of the Year stuff, and I could definitely see Worsham and or Bolden getting some serious awards as well. But, yeah, they've been a great team to watch this season. Fun ball club. Great season. Of course, there's only 8 happy teams when the season ends, Joe, here in the state of Florida, and those are the state champions in all 8 classifications. And we have a 1st down here for the Blue Devils with the rush by Roberson. And we're sitting at 2 and change. here in the fourth quarter. Blue Devils in no rush. I think they're trying to take this as close as they can get all the way down. Thomas the Train formation, 2 by 2 behind each other on each sides of the field. Polk is going to be sidecar right of Roberson out of the shotgun. Give to Polk. He's going to come near side, and he's got a crease. 20-yard line, 15 and 5. One man to beat, and he's in for the touchdown. It's Polk, 4th score of the ball game. This one is going to be from 18 yards out, and a player down for Pahokee over on the far side. I believe it's Octavius Bowie Jr. He's the one of their big recruits. Colorado State, FIU, and Troy offers on the table. But as it stands, I don't see any penalty flags. Do you, Joe?
Nope. It was a 28-yard run, by the way, not 18.
Excuse me, my mistake. I just saw the 8 over there. I was looking at the first down marker and not the line of scrimmage.
I had to quickly check myself by looking where the yardsticks was.
Yeah, the first down marker. Good catch, yo. So 28-yard for Polk.
He's up to 163 now on 18 carries.
Wow.
Pahokee's going to take a timeout.
Quick stoppage of play after they cash in the touchdown. They will have one touchdown remaining here. We're going to jump out for a quick break. Come right on back to the NFHS Network presentation powered by the Varsity Sports Network of the Class 1A State Semifinal, Region 3 versus Region 4. Pahokee leads Madison County 34-30.
You probably know that Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And did you also know there's a local Geico office right in your area? From cars, boats, and RVs to your sweet two-wheeled machine, our friendly insurance experts will make sure you have the coverage you need.
Give your local Geico agent a call today. Jim Smith in Tallahassee at 850-778-4000 or go by and see him at 2508 North Monroe Street. Jim Smith, your local Tallahassee Geico agent, 850-778-4000.
Who is that? Who's the guy walking on late? Is that number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it looked like number 5 for a second. Coming back in here, and it looks like Pahokee's going for 2. Makes sense. This could put it to a 6-point ball game. So if Madison County got a touchdown, missed the extra point, they could force overtime. Roberson going to go 5 wide, looking over near side. He has Bowles open in the back of the end zone. Pressure coming from Madison. He doesn't see it. Jones, and he's targeted for the back of the end zone. The conversion is successful and is able to convert there. Roberson working some magic for Pahokee. They'll give him a 6-point advantage, 36-30, after the 2-point conversion is successful for Pahokee.
He did a fantastic job keeping the play alive. His receiver did a nice job getting to an open area. Not the greatest throw in the world, but he caught it. And it doesn't matter how it looks as long as you get it.
No doubt, yeah, as long as you get that. Any chance if you're Pahokee, you dial up an onside kick?
No.
Catch him off guard?
Oh, no. Oh, no. No way.
So see what Kevin Hernandez, the freshman, another kickoff. Blasts it, strong right foot, puts it in the field of play. Allen fields it about the 2-yard line, dead center of the field. He's going to go right down the middle, picks up a block, jukes inside, dropped it at the 27-yard line, and that's where Madison County will take over. So 7 seconds expired on the kickoff return. First down and 10 with 1:44 remaining in this ball game. Your 2-time reigning state champions, Madison County, needing a big one here late. Pahokee, the Blue Devils, giving them all they can handle. Of course, the last time that Madison County was beaten in the postseason, it was back in 2016 by these Pahokee Blue Devils at this stage of the game, state semifinals. And that was, like we said, just 3 years ago, back on November 25th, 2026. It was a 21-19 game. A game with Travis J had 3 interceptions. Drop back around the 25-yard line. It's going to be a loss as Allen's put back behind the line of scrimmage there. A loss of about 2. And it looks like we have a stoppage play from Madison County. As they take a quick time out, we'll try to get you a score update from our other Class 1A game. Bluntstown holding the line 14-7 over Baker right now. Of course, that game is in the third quarter. It's in the Central Time Zone, so they're about an hour behind us here. So the winner of that game will play the winner of this game. So if current results hold, with the change, it would be Pahokee and Blountstown that would meet for the 1A state championship on Saturday at Gene Cox Stadium on the south side of Tallahassee. Second down and 12, 1:36 to go for Madison County. Now or never for the Boot Hill Ballers, team that has only lost one ball game on their home field in the entire 4-year career for this class of 2020. You would not want to see number 2 come here in the postseason. Quick hitter on out to Worm on the perimeter, trying to pick up a block. He's got some of the big blind out in perimeter. He's got Zane Herring leading the charge, and Worm's inside the 40, inside the 30. He's got one man to beat. Oh, and he puts his skates on. What a move! Worm! The Worm is on the loose. It's a touchdown for Madison County. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That may be the move of the year, Joe. Darion Staten, Worm slithers down the sideline, and they were once again at a tie ball game, 36-36.
He juked out about their defense. He put the stop sign up, and then he just started over. That is the play of the year.
Darion Staten with the anti-lock breaks. My goodness. Down inside the 10, cashes it in. The big-time touchdown. Miller, crucial extra point is going to give Madison County the lead. So the Cowboys aren't finished yet. They're trying to keep the trilogy alive. 37-36. And you got to love that celebration. You see Coach Coe and the offensive coordinator, Jim Ertzberger, and Big Zach Coe, the center, coach's son, getting up and jumping into each other there. The excitement is palpable here in Madison County. 1:19 remaining. Darion Staten, he's the local hero right now, Madison County. Because that was just a basic screen pass.
It was not really a screen. It was more just
quick hitter.
Yeah. And then Staten just did the rest.
How about, did you see the block over here on the near side? Zane Herring just mowed down somebody on the near sideline. That was a pancake.
And all of a sudden, the hole just opened up, and there he goes.
Absolutely.
Down here, he put on about 2 or 3 moves. Oh, man. This has got to be highlight.
Oh, my gosh.
I hope somebody videoed this and got this will show this, because this is play of the year.
We're going to clip it. We're going to clip it for sure. Check it out at Varsity Sports TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Sometime this weekend, we will have that clip for sure. So the blocked field goal looming large here. Of course, essentially the difference in this ball game, Thomas Miller with a successful extra point has put Madison County up after the monster Darion Staten, known as Worm Staten, touchdown to put Madison County on their feet. Ball taken about the 11-yard line, and a monster tackle right around the 18-yard line. And you need your stars to shine in the brightest moment. Shalon Howard coming up big. The Georgia Southern commit with a monster tackle inside the 20.
And you love the directional kick. They directional kicked it, and the coverage went right to them.
Cut the field in half. Beautiful execution. We talked about the Madison County Special Teams unit. Had the blocked field goal. Another big play by the third team for the Cowboys. So ball's going to be marked at the left hash mark. We just saw Pahokee do it one time. Now they got to do it all over again, Joe. They need the length of the field. This time they only need a field goal, though. 75 seconds to go here in the state semifinal. It's the Region 3 champ. Madison County gets the Region 4 champ, Pahokee Blue Devils. Here from Boot Hill. Like we said, this senior class has only lost one ball game here at home. That was to Columbia earlier this season. Trying to keep the dream alive. This one skipped into the halfback. A bad snap is a loss on the play. And Jordan Alexander again having a heroic second half for this Madison County defense. Him and a couple other Cowboys involved in on the drop. It's going to be second down at about 12. Clock will continue to run. Pahokee only with one timeout. Pressure on Roberson, and he's dropped at the 5-yard line. A huge sack. Vasante Allen in on the mix. A couple other boys from Madison County also going to get involved. And it's going to be a timeout for Pahokee. They're going to try to stop the bleeding here from Madison County. And here comes the wave again, Joe. The defense paying off with the offense paid forward.
Bending the ears back and just say, we're coming after you.
Yep, letting the block down. And the second half of this Madison County front seven has just been stupendous, especially this defensive line. Jordan Alexander coming up big. He's coming up from the linebacker position, helping out this D-line. DeMarvion Brown, monster second half. Number of other guys on this Madison County defensive line here to help give them this advantage, as it will be a third down from the 5-yard line, needing to get out to the 28. So it's going to be a third and 23 to go. So, of course, update from Bluntstown. They still have the advantage in quarter number 3, 14-7. If current results hold, Joe, it would once again be Madison County against Bluntstown.
And that's going to be a very good championship game.
Absolutely. We're down to 45 seconds remaining in this one, a stoppage of play. And
Wakulla took the time. No, excuse me, Madison took time. My bad.
Timeout, Madison.
so they
Madison
get
took the timeout.
some adjustments here as we're going through. If you're just joining us, we'll get your score update around the bend. Wakulla War Eagles, unfortunately, falling on the road to Orlando Jones, so their season has come to a conclusion. 13 in 1 year. Coach Cleese, Jordan Bolden, Keyshawn Green, Jalen Worsham, Denzel Miller, all those guys. Quiz Allen, awesome season for the Wakulla War Eagles. And like we said, only 8 teams in the season happy. They fall for the first time and kicked out of the playoffs. But down in 3A, Florida High is going to the state championship, 42-10 winners over Lakeland Christian. On the other side of the bracket, they will play Chaminade Madonna, who advanced over Clearwater Central Catholic 28-7. Here and now, we're down in the 1A classification. It's about a 3rd and 23 to go. The PA announcer trying to get the Madison County faithful up and rolling. Roberson and the Blue Devils down to a couple of their last shots. Need to pick up some yards and try to avoid a safety here, among other things. High throw is going to be incomplete. Pass intended once again for Bowles, the favorite wide receiver out here this evening. So it's a 4th and 23, 38 seconds to go. And if you're Madison County, got to be careful, Joe. Can't let up the big play here. If you have to, give up the first down, but you can't let them get over the top here.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if they drop it off. The deepest men are about 20 yards off the line of scrimmage at about the 25-yard line. We've got Zarion Robinson, the free safety. He's the deepest man right now, as well as another safety over here near side is Zachariah Jones, who has the game's first touchdown at wide receiver. 4th and 23. This could potentially be the ball game. Off and rolling. Roberson stepping up at the pocket. He's got to go sidearm, looking for the lateral. Does not throw it, and it's going to be tackled well short at the 15-yard line. A turnover on down, and the ball's going back to Madison County. Pahokee's got no timeouts.
They set it up for the hook and ladder, but Bowles did not flip it, and it would have been a very dangerous flip because there was a player right there.
I don't think they can.
The pitch never came. And it's a timeout on the field here. It looks to be an injured player over on the far side. I think it's Bowles, the man who caught the pass.
I don't think they heard you. How about that defense?
So we have getting up over the far side, and it's one of the big linemen getting up under his own power for the Pahokee Blue Devils, who have put in a thriller of a game.
Again, don't forget,
Madison County, of course, a couple losses on the season, Joe, to some bigger opponents. Of course, Lakewood Ranch, who's got a very successful campaign going for them. That was a double overtime loss in Columbia in 6A. It was in the regional semifinal up in Class 6A. But this is a Madison County team who was tested to the limit. We said the state championship goes through this ball game. Pahokee or Madison County is going to be the favorite going into the championship game. And it looked like Madison County is going to emerge with a shot at the trilogy, 3 straight here in 2017, 2018, 2019. Of course, the winner of this game, Pahokee and Madison County, has gone on to win the last 3 state championships. Madison County in 2018, 2017, Pahokee 2016 in the 1A classification. So we are all but a formality here. Pahokee with no timeouts. Madison County with the football. 30,
and the victory formation, the coach's best friend.
30 seconds to go. Ania the ball for Sante Allen with Darion Staten playing the safety position and running over to the near side. The play clock is at Florida. And Tallahassee bound are the Madison County Cowboys. And for the 3rd straight year, they are going back to the state championship, Joe, as the players at midfield meet. And especially a big moment for this senior class. They take it. Only 1 loss do these seniors have on this field. They'll be heading to a neutral site over in Tallahassee, of course, Gene Cox Stadium. We're going to jump out for a quick commercial break. Come on back with a recap. It's the NFHS Network, powered by the Varsity Sports Network. It's the Class 1A State Semifinal. Madison County headed to Tallahassee to play in the 1A Class State Championship.